Authors, here's how you can stop wasting money on Facebook advertising. Hi, my name is Joel Mark Harris, and I'm the author to The Secret to Writing Your First Book, The Essential Guide. I used to be a marketing consultant. I used to run a marketing agency, and I had run marketing Facebook campaigns super effectively for many different companies. I used to work for roofers, electricians. I used to work for business coaches, you name it, and they've used Facebook advertising to increase their sales, to get more customers. So is it possible as authors you can do the same thing? There is a secret that you need to know. But first, before we dive into it, I want to talk to you about what Facebook advertising actually is. Most people know or they've seen Facebook ads. If they've ever spent some time scrolling through Facebook, it's usually a video or an image that makes you stop your scrolling, take a look at some sort of product or service, either call a number or to fill out a form, and then that will take you off the platform and put into a database, and then they can use it to sell that product or service. Now, there's a lot of great things about Facebook ads. First of all, Super Bowl, it's super targetable. No matter who you're trying to reach as a company or as an author, they are on Facebook. Now, there's a lot of talk about, is Facebook not as popular as it once was, but it ultimately still is the most popular social media network out there, and it still has over 1 billion users. And because there's so many users, Facebook is great at gathering that data, analyzing it, using it in ads. So when you create an ad, they already know basically who you're trying to reach. And one of the good things about Facebook is it does have those good analytics. You can see what's working, what's not. You can look at the different numbers and see, okay, where are people dropping off in the ads? Why are they not clicking? And where you can do improve, right? So a lot of other marketing efforts, you don't have that visibility. So for example, if you remember newspaper ads, you had to just put it out there and hope that people saw it. People would phone and try and reach you. Facebook, you have better oversight. You have more visibility about the user experience, what people are seeing. If you know how to do it, that will increase your results. With Facebook advertising, you need to be able to put together a compelling story. You need to make people stop what they're doing. It means that you need to make a compelling image, a compelling video, use copywriting techniques that make people basically stop in the track and buy your book, essentially. There's a lot that goes into that I'm not going to talk about in this video. There's plenty of information out there about how to make better Facebook ads, so I will put the link in the description below. There's also some negative things about Facebook, is that if you're an author, you're probably not knowledgeable about the ins and outs of the Facebook interface. It can be a steep learning curve if you don't know what you're doing. And to top that off, Facebook also changes the layouts and the interface. It seems like almost daily. So it can be kind of tough to know what you're doing if you don't spend a lot of time there. Of course, like with anything, there's so many ads out there these days, it can really be difficult to break through and resonate with somebody. You know, we see so many different ads on social media, on Google, on the bus stops even, right? You need to stand out. You need to present your book in a way that's different, that is unique, and makes people remember it. And of course, with anything, there's changing algorithms. Sometimes Facebook will weigh something more than other. These are things you can't control, so I wouldn't really worry about it. But what you really want to know is, should you be using Facebook ads? The number one problem with Facebook ads is that they can be extremely expensive, especially if you're selling a book, which is a fairly low cost product at $20, even $30 if you want to kind of push the price limit a little bit there. Really hard to make money because depending on the type of people you're trying to reach, it can cost anywhere, like at the top end, it can actually cost a couple $100s for a click. But I think on average, you're probably spending between $15 and $20 per click to get people to your Amazon page to buy your book. And that's really expensive, and that doesn't really make any financial sense if you're spending $50 to acquire one book purchase, right? How do you make money? from that. So I'd say if you're a first-time author, if you're just starting out, I would stay away from Facebook ads and I would try do things organically. So I would go on podcasts, I would start a YouTube channel like this one, try to use Facebook organically, create a Facebook page. I know that it's a slow process and it's not one that a lot of people have patience for, but you'll find that it actually has a higher rate of return than Facebook ads, especially if you just have that one product. I said, at the beginning, there are situations where you can be using Facebook ads. So was I lying? No, there's actually some authors can be using Facebook ads and be doing it successfully. Like I said, so Facebook ads are expensive if you just have one product. So if you are a consultant and you have a book out there, you can use Facebook ads to get people to buy the book, and then they will read it and they will get to know you a little bit more and get to trust you. And then you can follow up and buy and sell them consulting services for thousands of dollars. This is called a funnel. So when you are able to funnel your customers into a system that has several opportunities to buy separate products, then it makes a whole lot more sense. It doesn't matter if you're spending $50 to acquire one customer, you're basically selling them more on the back end, making thousands of dollars. But what if you're not a consultant? What if you're just an author? You don't want to sell them high-end consulting services. You don't want to sell them some sort of package. You just want to sell them books. One person who does this really well is, if you want to check them out, is Joanna Penn. And what she does is she'll create a series of books and she'll use the first book as sort of a loss leader. It's called In Marketing Terms. And that's where they will not make any money on the first book, but then they get hooked on the series and then they buy the second, third, fourth, and fifth books. And that's where they make the money. They're not going to make maybe as much money as you would selling consulting services for thousands of dollars, but at least it gets them in the ecosystem and gets them into buying more books. And then once they, know them as an author, maybe there's another series that is of interest and they'll get them hooked on that series. To summarize, I would highly recommend you stay away from Facebook ads because it's just too expensive. It doesn't make a lot of sense to put money into Facebook and Facebook advertising, because ultimately you're going to lose money. Even if you take them out of Facebook and you put them onto an email list, it's very hard to balance your checkbook there. However, if you have written several books in a series, you can use that first book to get them hooked onto other products. Then it's a really great way of getting people into the ecosystem. To do that, you have to create compelling Facebook ads and compelling copy to go along with that. Hopefully that helps, and hopefully that gives you a little bit more information of whether you want to use Facebook or even if it's a good idea. If you want more information about writing, about marketing books, please like and subscribe my video.